everyone. Do you want to give everyone a wave? Say hello.
Hi everyone.
Hi everyone. I've turned my camera off.
We're live tonight with NASS Bristol, so thank you everyone for joining us. And it'd be lovely, anybody watching on Facebook, do say hello in the comments. So today is a slightly different session. It's the first of our summer stretch sessions with NASS Bristol. So we're going to be handing over to physiotherapist Emily Clarke shortly for some nice gentle stretches. So you're welcome to join in with the branch. What I'll do first is Wendy, who helps run the branch. Would you mind saying a little bit about the branch and what you do?
Yeah, okay. Hi, I'm Wendy. I'm on the committee of the NASS Bristol branch, although I don't actually live in Bristol. I'm in Hertfordshire. I joined NASS Bristol's online physio sessions during lockdown and found the sessions to be a great help, and it was really lovely to meet others with AS too. You certainly don't feel alone when you meet up with sort of regularly with other people, and then they become your friends, which is lovely. It doesn't matter where you live to do online sessions, and our members live all over the country, from the far north of Scotland to the Channel Islands and everywhere in between. So now currently we run 3 physio sessions a week, all of which are different. Some are mat based, some are more cardio, but they all include the right stretches that we all need to keep us mobile and to help keep our pain levels down. We also run social sessions where we have a chat and a laugh. We do Pilates, yoga, Tai Chi, Qigong, and even a seated Zumba class. And the best thing of all is that you don't even need to leave the house. Tonight, our amazing physio, Emily, will be taking a session so that you can see what taking part is like. I hope you enjoy Emily's session as much as we do. If you fancy joining us, we do have an introductory offer of 4 sessions for £10. So we will put all our contact details on the Facebook page. And if anyone has any questions, there'll be time at the end to ask. So hand over to Emily. Enjoy, everyone.
That's wonderful. Thank you, Wendy. And yeah, Emily, if you're ready to hand over, I'll hand over to you.
Yep.
And we'll come back to some questions at the end. But yeah, thank you.
Okay, yeah, go for it. So just before we start, just to say that I know the Bristol group really well, and I'm pretty confident that they'll manage everything that I chuck at them. So obviously I don't know all of you guys watching. So if you're new to exercise and you don't regularly attend a NASS group, you might want to watch this through first and then have a go with the recording and sort of dip in and out and do what you're happy with. Regardless, just do what you're happy with. I would advise you to have something solid to hold on to if you need to for balance. So we're going to do maybe some one-leg stretches, some reaching up, things like that. So yeah, something solid. Also have a chair, because I'm going to do some seated stretches at the end. So I'm going to put that to the side. It's going to be pretty gentle today, so we're doing maybe a little bit of balance and lots of stretchy stuff and keeping it quite low tempo. So these should be kind of mid-level, appropriate for everyone. But just, again, do what you're happy with. Lots of people adapt the stuff that I give them. So I'll hopefully try and give you some alternatives to do or how to adapt the stretches that I'm doing. So we're going to take it gently. And then the next session I'm doing later in the month will be a bit more cardio and some strength. So that's on the 18th. So, but today we're keeping it simple. Right, so we will warm up a little bit to start with, just so your muscles are warm and ready to stretch. So make sure you've got a bit of space around you. You're not going to kick the cat or anything like that. Okay, and then we're just going to start off through your upper body and just rolling your shoulders. So it's nice to take a big deep breath in. Slow deep breath in through your nose as you roll your shoulders up, and breathing out as you drop your shoulders down. Again, nice big deep breath in. As you roll up and roll back and drop your shoulders. One more time. Breathing in, rolling up, rolling back, and rolling back down again. Okay, good stuff. Right, hands on your shoulders. We're going to make circles with your elbows. So yeah, as if you're drawing circles with the tips of your elbows, rolling around. If you can, hands on your shoulders, just keep those shoulders down, away from your ears. So warming up the shoulder joints. Okay, and then we're just going to roll one shoulder and then the other. So a little bit of rotation through your upper body. Legs wide if you need to for balance. So you should feel a little bit of movement through your spine. And then we're going to follow with your thumb pointing up. We're going to reach the arm up to the ceiling as if you're doing backstroke. So rolling the arm back, and then the other one, thumb going up to the ceiling, reaching up, reaching behind, then the other one, reaching up, reaching behind, and back down again. Once more this side, and then the other. Stuff. Okay, shake out those arms, and let's get your feet moving. Hopefully you can see it. I feel a little bit dark. My leggings are the same color as my background and the sofa, so hopefully you can see the legs. I might have to adjust the screen a little bit as I go through, just so you can see my feet and my hands. So get your feet moving. So just little steps, and then we're going to think about your posture. Okay, so a little bit of tuck through your tummy, so as if you're drawing your belly button in. And drop your shoulders away from your ears. Think of your head going up to the ceiling as if you've got a piece of thread on the crown of your head and it's drawing you up to the ceiling. Shoulders down to the floor. Try and let go of the tensions of the day. And again, a nice big deep breath in. Relax those shoulders and start moving your arms. So just to get some blood flow going, get your heart going a little bit. And that'll make your muscles a little bit more stretchy, or ready to be stretched at least. Okay, then we're going to step wide a little bit, just a little widening with those legs, and then stepping back in. Stepping wide, keeping that little bit of tuck through your tummy, because you'll want to come forwards as you step your legs wide. But try and resist using those core muscles, and stepping back in. Good, and then stepping wide, just gently wide, keeping that core engaged, and then stepping back in with. Good, one more time, going wide, keeping that posture as you go wide, and stepping back in. Right, I'm going to go at an angle so you can see this. Then we're going to start climbing your arms. Okay, so keep those feet moving, just kind of marching, and then they're like kind of Forrest Gump. I think of it like that. So Forrest Gump arms. So climbing those arms forwards. It is exaggerated. And then you're gonna start climbing those arms a little bit higher. If you can coordinate opposite arm to leg, good. Reaching higher. Making sure you're keeping your balance. You can just do the legs, or you can just do the arms if you'd rather. Okay, nice and high now, as if you're pulling a rope. So you're reaching and pulling opposite arm to leg. Make it go. I'm going to count you down for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Slowly climb those arms down. Back to your Forrest Gump arms. Okay, now taking those arms low, I want you to think about stomping a little bit. So, but you know, kind of nice and controlled, so a little bit of impact actually through your bones can be really beneficial just to maintain your bone density. But it's, you want to do it in a controlled way, so a little bit of a stomp. Can be a little bit controversial this, but I think if you do it in a really nice controlled way, a little bit of a stomp. So just getting those heels sunk down into the floor. This is where I wake the whole house up. And the screen will start shaking. So stomping and getting those knees straight as you push those heels down into the floor. Keeping that posture, so chest up, shoulders back, head up to the sky, and a little bit of a tuck through your tummy muscles. Okay, get that stomp going. This is where the furniture is shaking. Okay, and then slowly relax. So keeping those feet moving, going to take your knees a little bit higher. This is the last cardio one, I promise. Knees a little bit higher. Again, keeping this all comfortable for your hips. This is just warming up, okay? So keeping those knees as kind of in comfortable height. Go high if you want to. And then we're going to add in a little bit of a rotation. So touching opposite hand to knee in front. So you're rotating a bit through your back. Again, warming up that spine. Face on, I'm looking like this. So have those legs wide for balance. And again, you can leave out the arms if you want to, just do the knees, just keep it at marching if you'd rather. Hold on and do some marching if you'd rather as well for balance. Okay, I'm going to carry down for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, last one. Good. Okay. And relax. Okay, shake your legs. It's quite nice sometimes to just kind of shake down your limbs. You know, the muscle tightness, that muscle spasm, you just kind of shake your leg. I can't believe I'm doing this in national TV. So shake your legs and just get those muscles to ease off, reduce the muscle tone. So shaking one leg, then the other. That's it. Plant your legs wide and just circle your hips, little circles. One way, then the other. One way, and then the other. Now, this is going to require a bit of balance, so have something to hold on to if you need to. The surface that's pretty solid. And I want you to shift your weight onto one side, and then you're going to circle your ankle. I'm going to tilt the feet down a little bit. There'll be a bit of this. So hold on, shift your weight to that side, just lift that foot off the floor. Maybe you can see I'm just circling my ankle outwards and then inwards, outwards and inwards. Good, inwards. And then swap over, keep holding on if you need to, shift your weight over the other side, free up that foot, and then circle that ankle around. I put on light coloured socks so you can at least see my feet, hopefully. One way and then the other. These are grippy socks, I would just like to say. I wouldn't recommend so the exercises on a very slidey floor in socks. I have done that once, I think it goes quite so well. So shake those legs again. Okay, so we're going to add a little bit more stretch now. So just take a breather. And good idea to have some water. I always say to people doing the class, have a bit of water with you if you need to, especially if it's quite hot where you are. Okay, so standing, feet apart, take a breather and have a sit down if you need to. And we're just going to start with a little bit of stretchy stuff. So starting again through your shoulder blades, to try and get those shoulder blades kind of loosened up, and often they can get a little bit stuck around your back. So rolling forwards and backwards. So if you kind of look like you've been splattered against a wall. So palms facing forwards. And then you're squeezing your shoulder blades together at the back. Okay, just watch head position while you're doing this. So it's really tempting to then push your head forward. So draw that head back and just move from those shoulders. Squeezing shoulder blades back. And now you're going to roll your shoulders so your palms flip round, rolling shoulders inwards. And then again, squeeze those shoulder blades together at the back. Kind of chest forwards, keeping that head in line, rounding your shoulders. So you should feel the stretch between your shoulder blades when you round your shoulders in this direction. And again, flipping round, so squeezing shoulder blades together at the back, keeping that posture, keeping a little bit of a tuck through your tummy muscles. And again, keeping that tuck in your tummy, rounding your shoulder blades. And taking a breath into the back of your spine, nice and slow, feeling the stretch between your shoulders. And as you breathe out, draw those shoulder blades together, stretching across your chest. Good. Now, in that position, legs wide, and we're just going to start doing some stretches to the side, so some spinal mobility stuff. So, hopefully you can see what I'm moving. So knees straight. And if you need to hold on, have some support in front of you, and you can do one side and then the other. Otherwise, hands facing forwards, shoulders away from your ears. Again, little bit of tension or core recruitment here. So tuck in that belly button. And then as if you have a sheet of glass in front of you and behind you, like you're sandwiched between two sheets of glass. You're just going to slide down to one side, keeping your heels on the floor and your knees straight, and then slowly come back up. Okay, so sometimes I find it easy if I kind of trace my little finger down my thigh, so it keeps me in line. Okay, and then coming back to the center. Okay, we're just doing a little kind of warm-up movements here, so sliding down to the side. We're going to try and stretch and open up this side of your body. Tummy in to help bring you back to the center. And again, sliding down to the other side. Try not to twist or flop forward, so just that sideways movement. Keep it nice and active. So tummy in to recruit your core muscles as we come back to the center. Okay, going down the other side. Hold it there for a little bit. Breathing in. Breathing out. See if you can go a little bit further to the side. Now, if you want to, you can add in an arm raise. So taking that arm up and over, really stretching up through that side. Okay, and if you're kind of comfortable to do so, obviously it takes a little bit more balance and a little bit more stretch. Good, breathing into your ribs on that side now. Breathing out. See if you can go a little bit further. So reaching up and over, so in a diagonal. Good, tummy in to help bring yourself back to the center. Take that arm down at the same time. Same again, the other side. So sliding down to the side, keep those heels on the floor, knees straight. And if you can, equal weight between your feet. It's a tricky bit. Okay, now circle that arm up and over if you want to add in that arm reach. Does make it a lot more challenging to breathe actually, so it's stretching through those ribs. If you can, add in a deep breath, slowly in through your nose, sending the breath to that rib cage on this side. Breathing out, reaching down and reaching up and over to the corner of the room with the other arm. Lovely, circle that arm down, tummy in to help recruit those core muscles back to the center. Well done, roll those shoulders. Okay, so the next one we call a bow and arrow. So there's a bit of rotation through your spine. So it takes a bit of imagination, this one. Bring those hands together in the front. Imagine you've got a bow and arrow. And then first of all, we're going to do some warm-up movements. So as if you're drawing back the bow and arrow with one arm and then the other. Okay. So leading with your elbow. Drawing that bow back behind you. Up to you. You can kind of follow the movement with your head. It can make you feel a bit dizzy if you're going side to side and rotating through your neck. So you might want to just keep facing forwards and move your arms, but keep your gaze forwards. I'll do a little bit of both. Okay, so a couple more warm-up movements. You can take it lower if you want to. That might be a little bit easier. And then we're gonna add in a longer stretch. Okay, so next one, keeping the elbow high, shoulders low, gonna draw back that bow and arrow. And then just gonna recheck where your hips are. So if I go side on, you can see this. So as you twist back, your hips will want to follow. So just readjust to keep those hips facing forwards. That makes it much more difficult and really intensifies the stretch. Holding it there. Good. Ping, let go of your arrow. And then let's do the other side, drawing back. Actually, it kind of helps if you can see it from the other angle. Drawing the elbow back. And then again, I want to kind of twist. So I'm going to push my hips forwards. So it's just the upper body rotating. Holding it for a longer stretch. Ping, let go of your arrow. I always have to do the sound effects. Okay, one more time this side. Drawing the elbow back. Recheck where your pelvis is. So make sure your pelvis is facing forwards as you draw that arm back. Holding it there. Just that longer stretch. Let go. And once again, the other side. Recheck where your hips are. making sure those hips are facing forwards. So you're getting quite a lot more rotation at your spine. Let go. Good. And roll those shoulders. So I know some of these stretches can be a little bit heavy on those shoulders. Lots of kind of reaching. So give them a little break. You don't have to hold the stretches for quite so long if that's the case for you. We're going to do some leg stretches now, but we're going to kind of warm up into the leg stretches as well. So I'm going to do quite a bit of foot stuff. So I'm going to tilt the screen down a bit. If I cut off my head, that's no bad thing, possibly. So I'm going to tilt it down a bit so you can see what my feet are doing, because it takes a little bit of explanation. Okay, yeah, there you go. See my little grey socks. So we're just standing, feet together, toes turning out to the side. This will put you off balance, so hold on if you need to. A bit like a ballet dancer. Okay, now I want you to go up onto your toes and back down again. Okay, again, it's going to add in another balance component, so holding on if you need to. So lifting up onto your toes and back down. Okay, now I want you to think about coming up onto your toes, but as you come back down again, really push those heels together. So just squeeze those heels together as you come back down. And you'll feel that that opens up your hips a little bit. Up onto those toes, squeeze those heels together, coming back down. You should feel it engage your glutes. Come up onto those toes again. And squeeze those heels together, coming back down. And you should feel that opening sensation in your hips. We're not going to do too much of that because it can be a little bit aggravating. So let's just do one and the other, up onto your toes and heel back to the floor. Up onto your toes this side, heel back to the floor. Up onto your toes and heel back down. And just one more each side. Onto your toes, push that heel back down and up onto your toes, heel back down. Okay, then warming up into your hips a little bit more. We're going to just add in a little circle going round. And it could be a tiny circle or it can be a really big circle, up to you. You know your own hips. Little circle or a bigger circle. But keep it comfortable. I would say we're just kind of warming up. Let's do one side and then the other. A little bit of bend in the supporting leg when you need to circle around with the other foot. There we go. One side, then the other. One more this side. Like you're ice skating. And then that side. Good. Now shake out that foot a little bit, then that one. Get them nice and kind of loose, get the joints nice and loose so that you can stretch them a little bit. Okay, so now we're going to do a calf stretch. I'll let you see my face again. This one works well against a wall. I'm going to use the back of a chair. But if you are doing that, it's quite a good idea to have the chair secured against something, because as you'll see with the stretch, the chair can go that way and you end up going backwards or you end up falling. So make sure the chair's like secured against something so it's not going to move. So we're going to go into step standing. So my left leg is forward, my right leg is back. Face on, I'm looking like this. So as if your feet are on tram lines. And both sets of toes are facing forwards. Hold you onto the chair, hold you onto the wall if you want to. I think that's better because you can really kind of push back into the stretch. Okay, now I want you to lunge forwards, keeping your back heel on the ground. Back knee straight, facing forwards. So lunging in, heel to the ground at the back. Okay, and then we're going to kind of warm into the movement a little bit. So lift that heel and lower, lift and lower, lift and lower, and then really squash that back heel into the ground, back knee straight, adding that extra lunge and hold it there. Let's count for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, then lift and lower, lift and lower. If you can, wiggle that back leg back a little bit more. lunge in, drive that back heel down into the ground, back knee straight. As you hold for another 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, wiggle back a little bit more, driving that back heel into the ground, back knee straight, holding for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lunge in a little bit further, so we're just increasing the stretch as we go. Heel down into the floor again, nice big deep breath in. Breathe out, driving that back heel into the ground again for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good, slide that back leg forwards. So you should be feeling at that at your calf muscle here, possibly at your ankle as well, maybe at your heel a little bit too. Right, swap over, same stretch other leg. So right leg forwards, left leg back, feet on tram line, so both sets of toes facing forwards. Feet about hip width apart as well. So lunging forwards. Okay, then we're going to do the lift and lower. So lift and lower that back heel. Lift and lower. Lift and lower. One more, lift that back heel. Lower and push that back heel into the ground. Back knee straight as you lunge into the stretch. Again, holding that position for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good, let's do another lift and lower. So we just try to move and use the muscle that we're then going to stretch, because it keeps it nice and elastic and you get a better stretch. Heel down to the floor. Back knee straight as you lunge forwards, pushing that back heel into the ground. Holding it there again for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. One more lift and lower. Lift and lower, keep it nice and flexible, not too many because you'll feel it in your ankle. Drop that heel to the ground, lunging in. Nice big deep breath in. Breathe out, lunge in. Driving that back heel into the ground for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good, slide that back leg forwards and in. So calves get really tight pretty much with most people, especially if you're a runner. A good calf stretch is always, it's good for everybody across the board, whether you've got Axbar or not. So the next one we're going to do, which some of you might be familiar with, is the tabletop stretch. Sorry, hair issues. So again, we can use a chair for this. I think it works again really well against the wall, or with it using a tabletop or a work surface. A good one to do if you're kind of waiting for the kettle to boil, you've got your porridge in the microwave or whatever. If you've got a spare few minutes. I'm going to show you using the chair, but like I say, I don't think it's the best way to do it. Make sure you've got something solid, so it's not going to move this chair. So the idea is it's going to stretch the back of your legs. It's going to stretch your kind of upper back as well. And also provides a little bit of a traction through your spine, which I quite like. Okay, so walk those feet back and then holding onto the chair, or if you've got a wall in front of you or a table, you're going to push your bottom back behind you. Okay, so feet a little bit more than hip width apart. Keep those knees straight if you can, and then push your bottom back behind you. You might have to readjust, take your legs back a bit further, and sinking your chest down to the floor. But I want you to really think about pushing your bottom back, and that's the thing that gives you some traction through your spine and the stretch at the back of your legs. Keep your head in line with the rest of you, so don't flop your head. I want you to keep your head supported. And then breath in. So you breathe out, sink your chest a little bit lower into the stretch. If you're struggling with this one, we're going to do 3 of these. So the first one, if you need to soften your knees, just so that you can try and get that back a little bit straighter, then do that. And we'll work into the stretch a bit more. But if you can, knees straight as you sink your chest to the floor. Breath in again, breath out, try and sink that chest a little bit lower. As if you are a tabletop, hence the name. All right, now soften those knees, slowly come up out of the stretch, walk those feet forwards. And then this is essentially an adapted cobra stretch, if anyone does yoga. So you're just going to bring your hips towards the wall or the table or the chair, whatever you're using for support. So if you can, keep your heels on the floor, then you get a nice ankle stretch. Hips towards the wall of the table, shoulders back, chest up. So you're arching your back. So you're stretching all the structures at the front of your legs now. Breath in to the front of your rib cage. And breath out. We're going to go into another tabletop. So walk your feet back, bottom out behind you. Try and get those knees straight as you sink your chest down towards the floor. And try and push those arms straight if you can. So on this one, if you were struggling to get your knees straight, I want you to focus on keeping your knees straight with this one. But if that means you need to come up higher with your back, that's fine. So breaking it down into different components. So focusing on those knees straight, bottom out behind you, heels to the floor, stretching down the back of your legs. If you can get everything in position, brilliant. Just try and relax and breathe into that position, breathing through your rib cage. Nice and slowly in through your nose and out through your mouth. Right, soften those knees, slowly coming up out of the stretch. Again, walk towards the table, chair, wall, hips to the wall, arching your back, shoulders back, into your adapted cobra. And then we're just going to do one more tabletop in a minute. So walk your feet back again. And trying to get everything in line this time. So knees straight, sinking that chest down to the floor, push back with your hands. So that traction through your spine, head in line. And now we're going to really focus on the breathing. So slow, deep breath in through your nose, expanding your rib cage as you breathe in and breathing out through your mouth. And again, slow, deep breath in when you're ready. And out through your mouth. One more. Slow, deep breath in. All the way to the base of your lungs, breathing out, sinking that chest a little bit lower as you breathe out. Well done. Soften those knees, come up out the stretch, walk those feet forwards. Let's do another little kind of adaptive cobra. So this one, I want you to really think of those hips going forwards into the stretch so you can stretch your hip flexor muscles. They can get super tight with SpA. And just a little bit of a stretch on those hip flexors can really improve your posture and help with your back pain. The hips forwards into the stretch. Good. Right. Continuing to stretch those hip flexors. So you can have something to hold on to. Keep that there if you need to. Otherwise, you can do this freestanding. So a hip flexor stretch. There's lots of ways to do this. And often I use a chair, but you know, I'm going to keep it a little bit simple for today, simpler. So a bit like a calf stretch that we just did, step standing, facing forwards. Your feet are in line, okay, so your toes aren't going off at an angle. Feet in line, so tram lines, tray lines. We're doing left leg forwards, right leg back, so we're stretching the right side now. Okay, the difference is you need to sort of take a longer step, hold on if you need to. And the difference is where the stretch is coming from, okay? So you're lunging forwards, you can lift that back heel and you can push into the stretch. Okay, so this is your calf stretch, this is your hip flexor stretch. Okay, so pushing those hips forwards into the stretch. So you should feel it down here. You'll probably feel it at your lower back as well. So driving those hips forwards into the stretch. You should feel that here. If you're not feeling it, if it's too easy peasy, you can dip that back knee and that will increase the stretch. But let's keep it simple for today. Note to self. So hips forwards and breathe into the stretch. So slow, deep breath in. Open up your rib cage at the front as you breathe in. Breathe out and increase the stretch a bit more. It's really tempting with the stretch to want to come forward. Okay, so important that you keep your shoulders back, chest up, and then you'll feel it here. If you come forwards, then that takes the stretch off. So shoulders back, hips forward. Good. Slide that back leg in, swap over, same stretch other side. Again, feet on tram lines. Lunge forwards with your right leg. You can lift your back heel and the stretch comes from your pelvis, okay? So shift that weight. So you're pushing through your pelvis and trying to keep those shoulders back, chest up. So you're feeling the stretch on the left side now at the front of your hip. You'll also probably feel it at your lower back as well. So the hip flexor muscles connect from your lumbar spine onto your thigh bone. So you'll feel the stretch anywhere along there. Breathing into the stretch again. So slow, deep breath into your ribs. Try and take this opportunity to expand your rib cage at the front. Opening up that rib cage. Breathe out. Lunge into the stretch a little bit more. And again, slow, deep breath in and out. Good. Come out the stretch. Whew. Slide that back leg forwards. Get your balance. Okay, good stuff. I've got to keep an eye on the time because as anyone who knows me knows I'm terrible with time. Okay, I have a sit and we'll do some seated stretches now. So we'll do some neck and some more trunk stuff. I do a little bit more variety usually, but I'm keeping it fairly simple for today. So often with the neck stretches, and this is what I've done in Bath for years, is a hold relax technique. Now, and that's what I would normally do with the Bristol class because I've taught it them, or they know it over many years, and I'm confident they can do it. And so I'm not going to use that technique today because unless you've been taught to do it properly, it's quite, I don't want you to injure your neck. So we're going to just do range of movement stretches through your neck, which are still really good and a little bit less fiddly. So hopefully they'll be easy to follow as well. All right, so sitting on your chair. If you've got a chair that's like mine, that is really awful for your posture, it's really kind of scooped like that, then get a cushion at your lower back so you're not starting your neck stretches like this, okay? It's important to start in a really, kind of the best starting posture that you can, even if you need a little bit of support at the back here. So get that support in, I certainly do. And drop your shoulders away from your ears. So starting off with side flexion, so neck side flexion, hold on to the chair if that helps. I want you to keep your shoulders dead still, so your shoulders in line. And then right ear going down towards your right shoulder. So you're stretching through the left side of your neck. Okay, so just tilting your head to the side. Resist the rise of that shoulder, so shoulders still. Okay, and now slow deep breath in. Breathe out. Take your head a little bit to the side. Now, if you're feeling dizzy or unwell doing any of the neck stretches, any of the stretches really, come out of the stretch straight away and just take it easy, because sometimes just having your head to the side can make you, or just moving your neck around can make you feel unwell. So just keep them as short stretches if you're not sure. Okay, breath in again. Breath out. And lower that ear a little bit further. Breath in, breath out. And we're just going to hold for an extra 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, slowly bring that head back to the center. So that's your side flexion. You can also loop your arm around the back of the chair. That works quite well to kind of anchor your upper body and shoulders. Okay, we're going to do rotation now. So again, keep those shoulders still, either holding on or looping that arm around the back of the chair. Have your nose and chin in line. and think of moving that chin round into rotation. Okay, so looking round to the right side, leading with your chin, just making sure you're not tilting your head back as you do that, keeping the rest of your body still. Okay, and again, we're going to do a nice long stretch, but keep it short. And if you're feeling unwell, you need to come straight out of the stretch. Slow, deep breath in and out. Moving further into the stretch. So take that chin around. Slow, deep breath in and out. Looking around a little bit further. Again, breath in and out. Further into the stretch. We're going to hold it there for an extra 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, slowly looking around to the front again. Relax your arm. Now, I'm aware this might be a bit sore on your neck, so just kind of scrunch your shoulders or rub your neck muscles if you need to. Rolling them works quite well too. So that side flexion, that's rotation. They are kind of prolonged stretches, but it certainly, particularly with SpA, it takes time for those muscles to relax, for the time for those muscles to stretch out. So, you know, a quick kind of stretch like this, it's good to go to the full range of movement, but really if you've got time, make it a longer stretch. Okay, so you get some appreciable change in your muscle length. A good 20 seconds. Okay, next one is head retraction. So it's working on that head and neck posture. I'll go an angle so you can see this a bit better. It's a tricky one. So yeah, important that you've got the support and you're in a good starting position. So roll your shoulders up to your ears, roll them back and drop them down. So get those shoulders in a good position. Now imagine that you've got a magnet on the back of your head and another magnet on the wall, and they're attracting. So you're drawing that head back towards the wall behind you, or that you've got a ponytail and someone's you're pulling your ponytail. So drawing that head back towards the wall behind you, but try and keep everything else still. It's quite a tricky one. Okay, so it's just that glide backwards, and you're going to hold that position. Okay, breath in, breath out. Try and see if you can inch back a little bit further into that position. So you're drawing back and also feeling like you're lengthening through the back of your neck. So as if your head's going up to the ceiling. Now, if you're watching a screen, me on a screen, making sure that you're not looking down at the screen or up at the screen. I have noticed that with some of the classes. So just make sure you're looking straight ahead as you draw your head back. Again, breath in, breath out. Draw that head back a little bit further. And again, breath in, breath out, inching that head back a little bit more, and just counting you down for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and relax. Okay, but don't relax too much. Okay, so that's one side. Let's do the same again, the other side. Roll your shoulders in between. Oh, totally gone over time. Okay, let's do finish off the other side. So left ear to left shoulder. Hold on to the chair if you need to, just to keep that shoulder still. So you're opening up through the right side of your neck now. Then breathe in, breathe out, lower that ear. Oops, keep those shoulders still. Breath in, breath out. Lower that ear a little bit more. So you'll just see that you can creep further into the stretch as you relax and add in the breathing. One more slow, deep breath in and out. And keep holding that position for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Slowly coming back into upright position. Roll those shoulders, and then last one we'll go into rotation. So nose, chin in line. Keep those shoulders dead still as you turn your head round to the left-hand side, leading with your chin. This is where you want to twist through the rest of your body, but Be strict with yourself, keep it still, just that neck moving. Breath in. Breath out. Turning into the stretch a bit more. Breath in. Breath out. A little bit further. And one more nice, slow, deep breath in. And out. Looking further into the stretch. Keep holding it there for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Slowly looking back to the front. Good stuff. Can I do one more stretch? I'm quite particular. I'll do one. Okay, sorry. 2 more minutes. So we've done lots of side to side. We've done some rotation, which I would normally do is sitting as well. But what we haven't done is a little bit more flexion and extension. So I just want to end on that because I think it's, I quite like to feel that we've ticked all the boxes. Okay, so this one works really well in sitting. So I want you to draw in through your tummy muscles, tuck that tailbone under, so as if you're rolling up your tailbone underneath you. So you're kind of rounding through that lower back a bit so you can see what I'm doing. And then you can start peeling down through your spine. So creep those fingers down your legs. Keep that tummy drawn in. So you're rounding your back and bending through your spine down towards your toes. So you're aiming at the tips of your big toes, but keep that back supported all the time. So tummy in to support. Breathe in and out. Going a little bit lower into the stretch. Breathing in and out. So you can go a little bit lower, a little bit lower. And then last slow deep breath in. Breathing out. Just hold that position for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now, as you come back up, recruit those tummy muscles. So scoop into your tummy muscles, stacking back up. Imagine that your spine is kind of stacking back up like building blocks. Take it nice and slow. Up through to your upper back, into your neck. Then shoulders back down and together. And turn your palms to face forward, arching through your back. I've got a bit of a baggy t-shirt on for me today. So arch that lower back. So you're coming into extension through your spine now. Okay, keep that head in line. So again, that head retraction, palms facing forwards, and chest up to the sky. So you want you to open your rib cage at the front. If you want to, you can support your head in your hands and make it into an angel stretch like this. But keep your head heavy in your hands and chest up to the sky. So support your head in this position, sinking your head into your hands, breath into your ribs. Really focus on expanding your rib cage as you breathe in, breathe out. Take that chest up a little bit higher. Breath in again to those ribs. Breathing out, chest up a little bit higher. Holding for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now support your head. So make sure your neck's engaged as you take your arms wide and circle them back down. Okay, not too bad. Only 5 minutes overrun. Okay, so that'll be it. Normally I do an hour with the Bristol group, so it's normally a bit longer, but wasn't too bad, was I, Zoe? Didn't overrun too much.
No, that was fantastic. It was nice to do that final one because it really was a full body stretch. That was a lovely session. Thank you. I'll let you get your breath back slightly now as well.
No, it's fine. So just to say that, yeah, that's our kind of, they're the basics. I obviously add on bits of Pilates. I do bits of Tai Chi. I think I've even done some bits of karate training with people, but so weave in all the other sort of types of exercise and experience that I kind of had as a physio. And the next session, it'll be a little bit more difficult. So there'll be some hand weights involved if people have those. And we'll do quite a bit more cardio for the next one. So that's just warning.
Oh, fantastic. Yeah, good to have a warning for that build up to it. Thank you so much. And I will say as well, for the branch members who are joining us on the Zoom as well, do hang around, get your breath back for a couple of minutes, because we'll stay on the Zoom after the live stream ends as well. So you can all have a chat afterwards. Yeah, thank you. That was really fantastic. Gillian's joining in. She said, brilliant, Emily. I feel a lot better already. Thank you. So that's nice to hear.
Oh, great.
So,
Good,
yeah.
Jill. So
anyone on Facebook, if you have any questions or want to let us know how you're feeling after the session, please do pop that in the comments. Yeah, I'll let everyone know about our next session. So that's going to be on the 18th of August, and that's a morning session, 10 a.m. So yeah, a bit more practical for a nice sort of get your heart rate up session and get you ready for the day. So yeah, looking forward to that one as well. So I'll keep an eye on any questions. I don't know if Wendy wanted to pop back and just say a little bit about the branch again, just for anyone who joins partway through the stream. Wendy, if you'd like to, feel free to pop your camera on, but no pressure either if you're getting your breath back. Brilliant. Yeah.
I'd just say for the next session that we do, sorry, is that this is what I use for hand weights. You don't need fancy equipment. So for the next one, if it's, just some milk bottles, make sure the tops are secure. Filled with water. So that's what I use for hand weights. So next one, they'll be great because they've got a handle.
Oh, perfect.
or just sometimes some people use tins, don't they? Tins of food. So you don't have to go out and buy weights. Yeah, anything.
Yeah. Perfect.
I think I used a watermelon once as a kettlebell. That worked quite well. I'm not recommending, just
We'll have to have that as a challenge of what's the most inventive weight someone can bring on the 18th.
So yeah, just to say that if anybody wants details of NASS Bristol, then I presume, Zoe, you're going to put it on the NASS website details. So just drop us an email. We do run 3 physio classes a week. Emily does 2 of them. They're great classes. They keep us going. Yeah, they're brilliant. You do feel, although some people might find it really hard at the beginning, obviously you work at your own pace. You don't have to go the pace that the physio goes. Anybody can join in. Anybody with a Axial SpA diagnosis can join in. And as I said, you have to start somewhere and, work your way up. And, most of us have been doing these sessions once, twice or 3 times a week. So they are really good. They're really good. So
yeah, I think it's important to, people dip in and out, don't they? So people don't always do the full session, they sort of come for half, or they'll sit out certain bits. But I think everyone gets something from it. So
definitely. Yeah.
Nice to have the variety like that as well. Yeah. And yeah, absolutely. I'll pop the, you've got your August calendar all sorted. So I'll pop that in the comments as well, so everyone can see what's coming up with the branch. And I'll pop your email address in the video description. And this video will stay on our Facebook page until the end of August as well. So if anyone's sort of joined partway through, or, if you're in a flare and you're taking it really easy at the moment, do come back when things ease up and you can try these exercises, or do one a day or something if you want to break it up as well. So, yeah, do feel free to come back and watch any time until the end of the month. But,
just to say also, we're being online, that this Saturday coming at 11, once a month we do run a social session. So if you don't feel up to doing exercises or taking part in one of the physio sessions, please feel free to just come and have a chat. So that's good as well, just to come and talk to other people with AS and have a chat, have a laugh, have a moan, whatever you feel like doing. But as I say, we do that once a month, and actually it's this Saturday coming. So again, just drop us a line and we'll send you the joining link for that.
Oh, that's brilliant. Thank you. Yeah, I think that's just as important as the exercise, isn't it? Meeting other people, because
absolutely.
Often we don't know anyone else with the same condition. It makes such a difference being able to chat to people who know what it's like.
Definitely.
Wonderful. So we've not had any questions come through, but we've got lots of people still watching. So thank you everyone for joining online. And again, a huge thank you to Emily for the fantastic session, and to Wendy and the whole branch for letting us live stream the session tonight. Really enjoyed it. Before we finish up, was there anything either of you wanted to add, or we can finish there?
No, I don't think
so.
It's
just not really. I think it's always great to get to a local branch if you can. but you know, what I found really interesting is that, you know, for a lot of people, they can't, for whatever reason, whether it's transport or there's just not one around, it's not doable for them. But then also some people do go to their local branch and then they use the sort of online sessions as a bit of an add-on as well if they want to do a bit more. So it's kind of, it just gives you more options, and I think the more options there are, the better, really. So yeah.
Absolutely.
That's it.
That's fantastic. Oh, thank you all so much. What I'll do is I'll finish the live stream there. But yeah, we'll be back on the 18th of August for a slightly stronger session. So getting training ready for it. Yeah, come along with your Tinder beans or yeah, whatever weight you feel comfortable using. So thank you, everyone.
Okay.
Take care, everyone. Bye.
Bye.